Welcome, everyone. My special guest today is Roberto Caruso from Assuli Winery in Sicily. Roberto, how are you today?
Yeah, fine, thanks. Nice to meet you, and nice to share our video with everybody.
Thank you. I am here in very, very warm Chicago. We've had a couple days that were okay, but it's been very hot this summer. So how's everything in your part of Sicily?
Yes, it is. I now I'm in Rome because I came back from the vineyard just yesterday and was very hot. So all Italy is very hot now. Yes, I went in Assuli vineyard last week with our winemaker and our export director, and there was like 38, 39 degrees in the
Oh, wow.
now. Yes, very hot. But it will be a good season for the grapes.
Is that typical for this time of July, or is it
Tom, the weather is also changing.
right?
So it's more strange and it's difficult to have normal temperature season, no? So, for example, more often it's hot now, and August become a bit more fresh.
Okay.
It's different from some years ago.
Okay, yeah, that's good. I'm going to put up just a quick map here because a lot of people probably are not that familiar with where you're located, but you're in the province of Trapani.
Yes.
And
We are the
find out where your
northwest.
winery is.
Yes, we are in the middle of Mazzara, Marsala, and Trapani.
Okay,
20 minutes from the main city, Trapani, and this is the northeast of Sicily. Our area is is very famous for vineyard, and it is the most big uh, vineyard soil in Sicily, in Italy.
okay. And Trapani is not far from where Marsala is produced, is
No,
that correct?
no, 10 minutes, 10 minutes. We
That's it,
are in
okay.
a magical triangle because we are next some mountain and 10 minutes to the coast, to the sea.
Okay. Now, when was the winery founded? When was it established?
It's an old story because our vineyard is from our grandfather, but he don't realize the wine, he don't make the wine, but just grow the grapes to sell it. This from 17 years, but 12 years ago, my uncle and part of my family, with me and my cousin, decided to change our story in the country. So
When you were growing those grapes, or when your uncle or grandfather were growing the grapes, were they selling the grapes
yeah,
too?
only grow up and save.
Okay,
So 12 years ago, my uncle decided to found what Assuli it is now. So we did amazing rebuilding of our bio, and we start to this new adventure. We decided to close the circle. So from the grapes to the bottle, and because this is the only one way to try to uh, get more value to our zone, to
right,
our grapes.
right.
We was tired to continue to sell in a not really nice market the grapes.
Okay. And I'm going to put a picture up of the winery itself and tell us this story because I understand this is
Yes,
entirely marble, and this is
yes,
something that your grandfather, or I'm
yeah,
sorry, your father was the head of a very famous marble.
yes. We come from my family come from marble business. Everything started in 1948 when our grandfather found Sicily Marmi as a marble company that had quarry in Sicily and Tuscany and in north of Italy as well. For for this reason, for example, all our winery is made by our stone. The stone that we extract from few kilometer from the Assuli Winery. So this is also an identity for us because we like to use the local stone, like we use the local grapes, like we use the local manwork. So we try to give more value to everything that is around us.
Okay. Is marble found throughout Sicily or only in a small
Yep.
part? The only time I hear about marble in Italy is in Toscana.
By the true, marble is in many places.
Okay.
The most famous brand, like marble brand, is Carrara, and in Carrara we have our headquarter now about business marble, about extraction business. But the first for us, the first was in Sicily.
Okay. And it's a beautiful looking structure. How big is the structure?
The structure is very big, is among 10,000 square meter.
Wow.
And it is separated in the downstairs, ground zero floor. There is the production area. So all dedicated to the production, transformation, barrique, and everything to make the wine. The first floor is the hospitality side, because we are in program to develop also hospitality with some rooms, not few, because our project is among 22 rooms, restaurant, wine shop, tasting room, and in the next future also a spa. But we are doing this step by step, because now we are focused in our production and we push our energy to do it. But we know that it's very important that the person can visit you, can enjoy the sentiment of the place and stay there, because we are really in an amazing place. You can imagine like a green sea. Everything is green. Everything is grapes around us.
Okay.
Very impressive.
And in a normal year, this year of course is not normal, but have you been getting many tourists?
Yes, we started the opportunity to visit us not from a long time, but yes, we started good. Of course, this year is not a great period for developing this kind of tourists, but now we are doing, for example, during this month, and I suppose this summer we are managing it with local visitors, Italian or Sicilian
okay.
Wine lover.
Just a question I have to ask, and just since it's been a huge story around the world, but with the coronavirus, I haven't heard much about Sicily, and of course you're on an island, so have there been very few cases?
Yes, it is. By lucky, Sicily the situation was much better than the rest of Italy, and of course the north of Italy.
Right.
So we don't have a lot of died person, but the situation and the lockdown was the same. So maybe less afraid, but everything stopped. Same.
Yeah. What sort of effects has it had on your sales and things like that? You don't have to give me a number, but
yeah, at the start, the first week of lockdown, everything it was frozen, no? Like
right.
Something very strange. And also us and my family, our company doesn't know what we can do, what we can organize because the show must go on, of course, but we don't know how. After, I'm really proud to say to you that we use this month to do a lot of things that we spoken always. We need to plan, but never have the time to do it. So for example, it's very strange, but we choose a new export director during the lockdown.
Okay.
And we firmed the contract with him during this lockdown. We rebuilt our website. We rebuilt our shop line. we do a lot of stuff that we never have the time to develop it. And from 1 month and a half, some markets are started to run again.
Okay.
Very, very good. Of course, no US, no far market, but European like German, Austria, France, some Spain are started again. Local market. We are not big. We have not big market in Italy, but also is more calm now. Italian market.
What's your total production? How many bottles you produce a year?
Now we are among 100,000 bottles per year.
Okay.
But we have a lot of more land and grapes, and so this number is because we choose to produce it because we think that is a provision to sell it.
Okay.
We only want to work with fresh wine when I speak about vintage wine.
Right. And as far as your export, how much do you export? What percentage of your wine to the production export?
75% exports.
Okay. Right.
We are focused for the export. And it is also a family mentality because you before spoken about marble business, and from ever this is our mentality. We trust a lot in the Korean market.
Okay. What are the biggest markets and most successful markets for you right now, outside of Italy?
Germany, France is good as well. Switzerland and Belgium. The first Switzerland and Belgium. Now Germany go up very good.
Okay. Well, your importer from Chicago is watching today, Wendy Fox. So.
Yeah. We have an importer in Chicago as well.
Yes. She's watching. She's attending today, Wendy Fox. So, Wendy, thank you. And tell us a little bit. We'll talk about the specific wines. I mean, the ones I tasted, were the classic wines. I love these labels, and they're very fresh, beautiful whites. Tell us about
this is
your marketing, because Sicily, I think, is still a mystery to a lot of people, especially in America. Of course, it's not like Toscana or Piemonte, where there are famous wines that have been made for 100 years, like Barolo or Brunello di Montalcino or things like that, and which maybe hurts a little bit in terms of getting all the big scores in the reviews, but in the magazines. But on the other hand, you have a lot of freedom, and you have a lot of indigenous grapes, and you can sort of do things as you wish. So tell us about your particular marketing with your winery. And you make, what is it, 11 wines or 12 wines? 11 wines, right?
Yes, 11 wine, and a sweet wine as well, and also a few quantity of amazing olive oil. Okay, very good. But we have a precise, exactly philosophy about our kind of to imagine our future and our philosophy about wine. We are focused only in the local grapes, autochthonal grapes. So we trust a lot in our traditional, and we use only grapes like Grillo, Insolia, Catarratto Lucido, Zibibbo, Nero, Perricone. So only local grapes, and as well we do only 100% grapes for bottle. So we don't mix different grapes, but only impurezza, only one grapes for one label.
Exactly, yeah.
This is our mission. This is what we trust, because it's our way to present you my place, the taste of my place. So we don't like to mix different grapes. This is a radical decision, but we trust in this way.
Well, I think, unless you're talking about very expensive reds, I mean, I don't know that you really need to mix the grapes anyway. So
yeah, well, this is not our culture. This is not our philosophy. and we don't need to copy Tuscany or to copy some French region, or because everyone have history, have her own history and her own experience. Sicily is not a old experience for the bottle, but Sicily is very big experience for the quantitative production.
Okay.
And I speaking about no local grapes, but I speaking about the past story of Sicily, like international grapes. We change everything in our vineyard, and we change to the international, from the international to the local grapes only.
Okay. Well, let's start talking about the wines. And I received samples of 3 of them, and I love the labels. But let's start with the Carinda. Yes.
Yes, I've seen here. This is restyling of our label.
Beautiful labels.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. It's very easy and communicative, easy to remember. And we play with some flower in different labels. For example, Carinda is Insolia 100%. When you drink,
and where does that name Carinda come from? What is it? Is that a local dialect, or is that?
No, it's not local dialect, but all our label included Carinda. They come from the Orlando Furioso poem. It's from Ariosto poem. So all our label come from this history, and the Carinda is a character of this poem. Insolia, Carinda is 100% Insolia, and just I told that was I spoken to you. We decide to represent the orange fruit and the orange flower.
Yes.
Because when you taste the Insolia, a good and fresh Insolia, the first sensation is lemon, orange
flower. Yes.
Zagara in Italian is the name of the flower of the orange tree.
Okay.
White, very, very powerful and very intense.
Yeah.
So we decided to play this game. The first sensation, I show you the first sensation with an image in the label. Same things, for example, with other wine like we do Zibibbo, is that maybe some person know Zibibbo for the sweet wine version, no? But we decide to make it in dry version, and the same we decide to print the peach tree, the peach flower.
Okay.
And this we changed our label this year because we have the opportunity to also communicate something new from us, very important. 2019 is the first year that we have a biological organic certification vineyard. All our production from 2019 is certificated organic. As we think that it's very important that it is good to communicate our customer what we are doing, what is our philosophy.
Well, I think it's great also because the wines are very reasonably priced, and sometimes people think, well, I have to spend a lot of money, $35 a bottle or something for an organic wine, but your wines are much less expensive than that. So that's a it's we say in America, a win-win situation. It's a real positive for the wine. So, and the Zibibbo I tried this morning, it's a lovely wine. I'm a big fan of whatever Zibibbo Moscato, if we can call it that, but any wine made from Moscato, but this is just so lovely and you just really capture those aromatics perfectly. So
yes, it is. Zibibbo, like you say, is the other name is Moscato di Alessandria.
That's it, right?
It is really the aromatic grapes, in the aromatic family grapes, and we decide to make it in dry version. It is no sweet, but really strong and long parfum. And the difference, for example, from other aromatic from North Italy, good as well, of course, but different because you have great sensation to the nose, but sometimes you lose something to your mouth. With Zibibbo, with our Zibibbo Dardinello, you have same sensation. Strong nose, strong mouth, and very long to the drink. Very fresh, very tasteful.
And I'm curious because of course, it's Zibibbo is the name of the grape in Sicily. But when you tell people Moscato, they think sweet, and of course, this is a dry version. So, what do you like to pair? What foods do you like to pair with the Zibibbo?
Yeah, I suggest you don't use this wine with strong fruit. I mean strong. For example, a vegetable,
Okay.
or like we use with zucchini or eggplant, some with basil, something fresh, like fast cooking vegetable, and of course, it's amazing with rare fish,
Okay,
like
sure. Yeah.
like tuna or snaps or something like that, or like shrimps, rare shrimps.
Right. Right.
It's very
Sushi, things like that. Okay. Interesting. And then also you have the Grillo, the
yes. Grillo is
Fior di Ligi.
Fior di Ligi. Yes, always from the Orlando Furioso poem. The name is Fior di Ligi, and Grillo maybe is the most famous white grape in our zone, in our site. We can say that's Nero d'Avola in red, and Grillo and white are the most famous.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Grillo was historically the white grape that's been used to make Marsala, correct?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Now Marsala is not more in fashion,
Exactly.
and customers maybe don't like this kind of wine, or maybe in the past was made some mistake connected to this Marsala, so maybe they destroyed this kind of wine. But yes, it is. Grillo is the history of our site.
And the three of these I tried were all from the 2019 vintage, which
Yeah.
I understand in Sicily was just a beautiful vintage all around.
Yes, it is. It is perfect season. No, not too much hot. No wet, no raining. We was lagging on 2018. By the truth, from 3 years we don't have too much problem. Of course, now we are organic farm, total organic farm. So we need to pay really a lot of attention for
Right.
the timing of the treatment, because our treatment now is really more light. So for example, if you make the treatment one day and the same day or the day after raining, you did nothing. You need to do it again. So we're using a lot of worker and machine, because now if you need to do immediately, because now the treatment are natural, no medicine, no chemical treatment. Yes, this is.
I put up a picture of a vineyard here. Tell us about where this vineyard is and what are you growing here.
Yes, I'm proud to show it. This is a part of our vineyard in front of the cellar. We call it the Contrada Carcitella, and in the back is one of our 3 little lake, because we use raining water. We collect the raining water to this three little lake, and we use it for the summer season before the harvest.
Okay. Now, we were talking earlier, and you said it was the last few days. It was like, or last week, it was 38 or 39 degrees.
Yes, it is.
Which is like 106, 105, 106 degrees. So yeah, it's very hot. What about rain in your area? I mean, throughout the year, do you get much at all, or do you get? I certainly probably don't get much now in the summer, do you?
Few usually we have few water. May was a bit raining, so we have a good stock of water in our in our lake, and we can use every week for emergency. So if the temperature go so high in the night or in the evening time, we start to, with the automatic system, we start to do few water in the plants.
So you're allowed to irrigate in Sicily?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know in many parts of Italy you're not allowed to unless it's an emergency. So.
Yes, it's an emergency irrigation.
Okay. Just a couple other pictures here. Let's put up from these are on your website. So tell me about these particular photos and what grapes are we looking at here?
Yes, this is our Grillo.
Okay.
And then we all, most of all our winery is grown in Guyot. So it's no height plant with 3 line where the grapes and the plants go inside these 3 line. So we don't use big machine or high stuff to cut the grapes,
okay.
But is you need to be stay down to make the Everest. This is very important for us. Why? Because our zone is so windy. So with a small plant, you can protect yourself from the wind. We have Scirocco. Scirocco is the name of very hot wind.
It comes up from Africa, correct?
Yes, exactly. Come from Africa, ascend to the earth, hot and sand. So sometimes raining sand.
That's not a good combination for growing grapes, is it?
So, you know, Tom, it's not totally true because sometimes help us.
Okay.
Because hot, dry, and wind, you have less sickness.
Oh, less disease. Okay.
In your plants.
Okay.
Because we are really afraid to do wet.
Yes, I can imagine. And people are always confused too when you say that you're certified organic. So does that mean only that you don't use chemical fertilizers, or what's the process for being declared organic?
From now we use zero chemical stuff, chemical medicine, but we use only organic treatment, and it's not big difference. No, I told you the product is also before organic was good for about the taste. It's same. It's useful to tell to the customer some fantasy that's change the taste, not change too much the taste, but change of course what you put in your body. This is very important for us because we drink our wine as well, and it's not a big trouble to change from traditional to biological, organic, but you need to spend some money more. This is the only one truth, because you do more treatment during the season, and you need to have a great timing to do it. You can't wait.
Right.
We use some plants, no grapes, other plants, because it's like advise us that something happened, like roses or like lattuga. You know lattuga,
I don't.
The salad.
Okay.
Because when sickness arrive, first come into the salad plant, so we can understood.
Okay. See. Okay.
Before it will be too late that we can do the treatment.
Okay. It's like a lettuce. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, it is.
Let's put up another photo of one of your vines. Tell us about this.
Oh, this is the king, Nero d'Avola.
Nero d'Avola. Okay.
Yes, really, Nero d'Avola is the most famous grape in all Sicily. We can't say this is only from our side because it is it is in all our islands, but we have a great traditional history with these grapes.
Okay.
Nero d'Avola for us is the most produced grapes and most produced wine. We do 3 different labels with the Nero d'Avola.
Okay.
From l'Orlando, this is like entry-level wine, but it's the most produced, the most sold, and the most awarded wine.
And this is the one that's aged only in stainless steel, correct?
It is.
L'Orlando. Okay.
It is maybe it's not a nice the word entry level, but it is entry level because it do only inox, so
Right.
more easy. And after we do l'Orlando Riserva, then that do among 2 years of vintage in barrel.
This is our joke.
Yes, large one.
Okay.
And at the end we have a single vineyard called Besi, 100% Nero d'Avola.
BESI Basie. Okay.
Yes, it is. And it is balancing vintage from big barrel and French barrique.
Okay. What are the current vintages on those three wines?
Sorry, the name.
No, the Annata, the current years of the.
Now we are working with l'Orlando with the 17 and now starting the 18. L'Orlando Riserva we are working with 16, and Basi we are working with 15. And next few months we start to push out all of the 16 because it's ready. So our winemaker often taste the different stock, the different bottle to decide when it's ready or not.
Okay. And tell us about those. We said 19 was a remarkable vintage for everything in Sicily. So these vintages with the Nero d'Avola, 2015, 16, 17. I think a lot of people think that the weather is pretty similar every year in Sicily. It's just very hot every year, but I know that's not the case. But tell us about those three vintages, 2015, 16, and 17.
Maybe the best among these 3 years, this vintage, the best was 2016.
Okay.
Because it was a perfect weather season. No problem, no sickness, or few sickness, because no sickness is impossible in our job. But very, very dry. And August, because August, the end of August is the period when Nero d'Avola starts to cut. It wasn't too hot. So we can do also a quiet Everest. I mean, quiet, no rush because it's too much hot. So we can decide when cut, and if cut all or cut only half, and choose grapes per grapes from the plants.
All right. Was that your doorbell that just rang?
Sorry?
Was that your doorbell that just rang? I heard that. I heard a ring.
Yeah.
Let's take care of that. Or...
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go with one more photo here.
Sorry. Okay. Oh, this is another grapes very important. This is Perricone.
Perricone, okay.
Perricone, not very famous grapes. This is disappear from long time. We decide to use this grape again and to make our special wine Furioso. It disappeared because in the past this grape don't give quantitative. So the producer, the producer of grapes, the producer of wine as well, decide to don't use this, and also less quantitative, and also it's hard to vinification. It's very delicate. But Tom, Perricone is really our local grapes, only in our site, only in our part of Sicily.
Okay.
It's our identity.
How would you compare it in terms of flavors and well, let's with the technical,
totally different.
Compared to Nero d'Avola, like, and also with acidity and tannin and things like that.
Really totally different. Nero d'Avola is round, soft, fruity, great smell, red fruit smell. It's also maybe more easy to pairing, It's more round and sweet. Perricone is more. You can compare Perricone from some Piedmont or Tuscany wine. Big tannino, big structure,
Okay.
high acidity. So you can use Perricone also for a long aging. The color is less intense, less red. It's more transparent. When you see through the glass, you see the light for the Perricone. But it is great sensation of Mediterranean herbs,
Okay.
graffite, and violet.
Okay.
It's more, elegant and long and persistent.
Does it ripen before or after Nero d'Avola?
Is right. It's different, different style, really different grapes. I think the Furioso, our Furioso with the 100% Perricone, it's a wine that to the wine lover that like to some more hard to understood, something more hard for more professional tasting. No, you know what I mean.
All right. So it has a little more spice to it, you'd say, than
yes, pepper.
Pepper.
Yes, pepper, and of course you can feel also some vanilla because Perricone do some mouth in the big barrel.
Right.
We use only 3 years the oak barrel.
Okay.
With a light toasted barrel, and after we sell it. In all our wine that we use barrel, we have same philosophy. We don't like to feel the wood in our bottle.
That's good. I agree with you on that.
Yes, because we are Sicily. We are not Bordeaux. We don't know. We don't need to copy, because if you copy, you lose. You need to be yourself. I think for this reason we use only local grapes, 100% grapes, and for us, wood is an instrument, like only for the aging. So we use wood, but I don't like to drink wood.
I applaud you for that. So I agree with you on that. And the latest release that is, well, the particular Perricone you produced, the name is called Furioso, and you received Tre Bicchieri this past year.
Yes, it is with 2016 vintage.
Okay.
We won 3 Bicchieri Gambero Rosso. As well, we won 3 Bicchieri Gambero Rosso with l'Orlando for 3 years consecutive.
Oh, that's great. Compliment.
Yeah. Compliment. Yes, it is. And I'm a white wine lover, no?
Okay.
So 2017, I was so happy because we won a lot of big awards, but also 3 Bicchieri with our premium Grillo Astolfo.
That's great.
It's making me.
I was going to ask you about that. That's a Grillo that you age in barrique, yes?
Yes. Only 25%.
Okay.
Of Astolfo make 6 months, from 6 to 8 months of barrique, but only 25%. Always for the same reason. Would help us, but only help.
Just a small percent. How many bottles of that do you produce?
Astolfo?
Yes, see.
Few 6,000.
Okay, well that's not so small. Okay, all right, and then you also make a pesito, see?
Yes.
Of Grillo.
Yes, we make pasito. So we are speaking about sweet wine, the very traditional sweet wine of our area, and you remember we speak about Dardinello Zibibbo. Usually, pasito is made with Zibibbo, but us decided to use Grillo, and I'm so happy to do this decision because pasito with Grillo have a great acidity. So of course it's a sweet wine,
right?
But it's not like it's a candy. You know what I mean? You can eat when you drink our passito. It's not, I'm not kidding. You can pair our passito, for example, with foie gras
Okay, sure.
or coquille de Saint-Jacques with something, some fish, very, very fat. It's amazing because it's sweet but clean with a
Right. It's not
long acidic, clean your mouth as well.
excellent. Yeah, we'd love to try that sometime. And there's one other white I didn't mention. It's a Bianco, Sicilia Bianco called Donna Angelica.
Yeah,
which is a blend of what you tell people that it is.
Yes, Donna Angelica. A lot of our character name of label are fighting each other to have Donna Angelica. Donna Angelica is the woman of the Orlando Furioso poem. So
Okay.
Orlando, Astolfo, the Dardinello fight because everybody want the love of Donna Angelica.
Okay.
Donna Angelica represents for us one of our two white premium wine, and this is 100% lucido. We maybe someone know Catarratto lucido is the same grapes. It's a very old grapes from our vineyard. I remember when I was very a boy. That's my grandfather always say, lucido is our grapes. Is it no? It's our story maybe because a very strict, strict to these grapes. Very very famous, very important for our area. Is elegant, soft, fresh white fruit sensation, minerality, sapidity. You can feel a bit of salty, and it's very long in the mouth.
Okay. And going back to look at the production and the entire production, when was the first vintage again? The first vintage that you bottled wines.
2015 was the first Assuli label.
Okay, so you're very new. Okay.
But our vineyard, our cellar was made before 2015, of course. Right. So we use 2-3 years to do some mistake, no? Because without mistake.
Okay. If you say so, okay.
Yeah, without mistake, you can do nothing, I think.
Right,
no?
Exactly, yeah. We're all going to make mistakes.
If you try to do your better, of course you do some mistake. So 2015 is the start of our now philosophy. We understood what we want, and we understood our way.
So with
the first year that Lorenzo Landi, our winemaker, come to us.
That's probably one reason I like the wine so much. I've met Lorenzo several times. He's an excellent winemaker. And it is. Well, very nice, humble man as well. So yes. Yeah, that's great. So you have 11 wines, and you have, I read 120 hectares. That's all. That's the total estate, or that's the total vineyards, or?
Yes, are really more than what we use for our bottle, of course.
Okay.
But we continue to sell tank wine, no bottled wine,
okay,
to North Italy or France. In this way, because we buy something, but this land comes from my grandfather, so we continue to grow, of course. But this quantity give us the opportunity to grow without buy grapes to other producer. So we can sell the grapes or the wine, but we never buy it, of course. So you can control your production. You can make a big selection because I use my best part for the bottle, of course.
Okay.
And this is our. We are very lucky to have so big quantity of grapes. We can do a great selection. Our land is not only all in one part, but we have different zone, different sea level meter, different windy, less or more windy sides. So we can choose where is better, for example, much better you plant of Nero d'Avola, where is much better to use Grillo.
Right.
It's very important. The location is everything in the winemaking.
And I was reading that most of the vineyards are about 150, maybe 200 meters above sea level, but you recently purchased a new site and you're going to plant Nero d'Avola there. It's 600 meters above sea level.
Yeah. This is amazing, Tom. During this past day, when I was in Sicily with our winemaker, we also been there another time, because during this day we are planting Nero d'Avola, Perricone, Grillo, and Lucido in this place that's called Bosco Scurace.
Okay.
Bosco in English is like forest.
Forest,
Yeah.
yes.
So you can say Forest Scurace. We bought this land 2 years ago, and we prepared the land. You know, it's a big work, because you need to prepare. You leave the stone. You need to prepare the soil before put the plant. And this year, the first year that we make a plant, and this is 615 meters from the level sea. In our area, it's the only one property so high. The only one. It's impossible to find another like this. Totally impossible. And when you come to visit us, we say, "Oh my God, it's amazing!" You're on the top of this mountain, and you can see Tyrrhenian Sea and Mediterranean Sea.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry,
I can imagine. I mean, outside of Etna, most of Sicily is not. The vineyards are not planted very high above sea level.
Sorry, Tom. I need to open the door.
That's all right. Go right ahead. Okay.
Yes, sorry, I'm alone at home, and I'm waiting the delivery man to some luggage.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, thank you.
Is that your son? I see behind you there, the photo of your son, or on the refrigerator, or what is that?
Yes, it is. It is. I have two children, 13 and 10 years old.
And are they drinking wine yet or not?
And just the
drops, huh?
Yes. And the female can understand which label is it. She's amazing.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Great. Do you have plans for them to help you out in the winery soon, or?
Who know, Tom? I don't want to say nothing. Who know? they need to study and to be,
of course,
what they are happy to do. I think it's because I have the same experience in my family. If you do it with passion and love, you can do much better. Of course, everything is work, everything is sacrifice, but with love is also a game, also more nice to do it.
Right. Well, as we'd like to say, if you love what you're doing, it's not work.
Yes. It's not always true, but very important to love what you do.
Okay. Any final things you want to say about your future, or what's going to happen the next year or so with?
Well, so we are really excited to have the first wine from Bosco Scurace.
Okay.
Because Lorenzo Landi trust a lot in these grapes, in this location, and we are waiting for top wine from this area.
And from what vintage will that be?
2024.
24. Okay.
Sorry, Tom.
Go ahead. So 2024 for the.
I think that first wine we can be arrived to 24. We were spoken about it some days ago. So this is our prevision about next Boss Crush wine.
Great. One point I was going to make when I was trying these wines last night.
Oh, this is our Zibibbo. Yes.
What I noticed on the back it says 12.5 alcohol, and I'm like, I was so delighted to see that, because it's especially in the summertime when you're drinking wine, but even any time of the year, it's just everything now with white wines is, even white wines is 13.5 and sometimes 14, and it's like.
No, I'm agree with you. This kind of wine, you need to be very easy to drink, fresh, no strong alcohol, because it's useful for this style. But maybe you don't do important pairing, no? Maybe you drink easy with appetizer or in a seaside or off season. For example, if you want pairing some white wine more with some pairing, you can use Don Angelica or Astolfo, for example.
Okay.
But Dardinello or Insolia, Carinda as well, it's very easy to drink, very happiness to drink.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that I can't speak for other countries, but in the United States, there's still too much emphasis on big reds, and those are the wines that get 95 points and 97 points and things. And people think even with the whites, they need a lot of oak and they need to be very full bodied, and you can age them for a long time. And I think, if people would just, stop looking at that, stop thinking about it too much, and just pop the cork, and just have, those wines are great. There's nothing wrong with that, but those wines necessarily, but you can't enjoy them every night. I mean, you need wines like the Zibibbo or the Grillo or the Insolia that are just clean and fresh. I mean, the wines that I tried from you were so refreshing. It's such beautiful freshness and purity and balance and very good acidity, and and there's not much alcohol. There's a need for wines like that, and we need to talk about those wines more often.
It is. Well, also, we don't need to have high alcohol in our wine,
right?
Because a delicate smell, delicate perfume, and freshness you need to feel the minerality, the sapidity.
Yes.
But also, of course, Tom, much better than me, that wine is experience.
Yes.
Different location, different experience, and also different moods. You can have different wine.
Exactly.
Depend your mood, depend what you eat, depend what you need.
Well, this has been great. Grazie per l'opportunità. We had not talked before, had not met. I've not had a chance to visit the winery. Hopefully, next year.
I want you come to us.
I absolutely. Once the EU says we can come, and then I get down.
I hope it will be possible ASAP.
Okay. Well, thank you again.
Thank you, Dorian, and bye to everybody.
Fingers crossed for a great harvest this year.
Enjoy the wine and good luck to everybody.
Okay. Thank you. Buona giornata. Buon lavoro.
Grazie, Tom. Bye.